Hey, this is Andrew Pardine, and I'm back here with a quick video about the Bqool Repricer, okay? This is the only repricer I've been using over the last, I'd say 3, maybe 4 years. All right, it's actually one of the cheapest as well, and the most accurate from what I've seen. All right, so I just want to pretty much walk you through it so you can see exactly how to use it, how to set it up, set your repricing rules, so that way if, let's say, let's say there's 2 sellers, you and another seller on a listing, and they drop their price, you can actually set it to automatically drop your price to match them. Or let's say they raise their price, now we're trying to make more profit, it's going to automatically raise your price to match their price. All right, so it's very lucrative that you have this. It's definitely a must-have in your Amazon business. All right, so number 1, we're going to go to repricing rules. All right, you're going to add a new rule, and it'll be target the lowest FBA price. All right, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up. So you can literally follow this step by step to set your own up. All right, so target lowest FBA price. You can set a rule description, whatever you'd like to put. It will be rule-based. You'll see other ones, AI-powered, conditional repricing. You don't need any of those, just the rule-based one. You'll go to next. All right, so you want to compete just with the buy box, all right? You don't want to compete with FBM offers, fulfillment by merchant offers. You're only focused on competing with FBA, non-futured FBA, and Amazon. So have these 3 checked, all right? And then literally, you can pause this video here and just copy everything I have here, everything except for exclude, all right? So you can exclude different sellers that are on the listing. So let's say, for example, you see a seller that's completely just dropping it, trying to be the lowest price, which if you've been on Amazon for a while, you know that you don't have to be the lowest price to get the buy box, right? You just got to be within, normally it's like 5% of whatever the buy box price is. So you can exclude sellers. You'll just drop their seller ID in here. And if you don't know how to find that, I can go ahead and show you actually. Let's see. Let's click on this listing here. Let's find a seller. Here we go. All right, so we're just going to click on any seller here. Now, I'm using SellerAmp for this. I'll have to create another video on that. This is another must-have tool. But basically, this is the seller ID right here. All right, so if you don't have it, not a problem. You can go right over here, click on, let's just say we want to pretty much block this seller right here. All right, let me move my screen down a little bit. All right, so up here, you're going to see seller equals. So this is their ID right here. All right, so you'll take that and you will go ahead and just paste it into here and click add. All right, that's it. If you ever want to remove them, obviously you can remove them. And that's that. So you only need a few things selected here. You want to put FBM, FBA, exclude whatever sellers, later on when you find those sellers. And then exclude sellers with back-ordered products. All right, you don't want to be competing with someone who, if a customer ordered from them, their product won't get delivered to the customer for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month. All right, you don't want to compete with those sellers. You just want to be competing with sellers that have current inventory in stock, ready to ship from Amazon's warehouse. All right, so that's really all from this page here. You're going to click on next. Now get the buy box. All right, very, very important. All right, so when you're the buy box winner, or when the buy box winner is above your minimum price, you just want to put the buy box price. Okay. Now, I've seen this in the past, and it's the absolute worst decision you can make is by putting a penny here. Okay. If you put a penny here, basically what it's going to do, it's just going to keep dropping the price by a penny. So let's say you're dropping the price by a penny, but now you have another seller, right, with the repricer set the same way to drop it a penny. So now you're racing by pennies until basically there's just no profit to be made. All right, so you just want to keep this on 0 right here. Okay, when buy box winner is below your minimum price, auto compete. Okay. When buy box winner equals your minimum price, just use the minimum price, or you can use do not reprice. That's completely up to you. And then from here, again, you can pause your screen and literally just copy all this. And this is my settings right here. This is what I use on every day, okay? Competition, okay. All right, so right here, you just want to select FBA versus FBA. You can turn on Amazon if you'd like. You don't normally have to compete with Amazon. And for the most part, if you're doing online arbitrage like I am and many others, you don't want to be competing with Amazon. Not only that, we really don't even look for items where Amazon is in stock anyway. So that really has nothing to do with it. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next one. All right, so stay in the buy box. So your buy box settings should be lower or raise my buy box price. All right, and don't put anything here. So this way it's just going to match it. So if another seller goes ahead and drops the price or raises the price, as long as it's within your minimum and max price that you set, and I'll show you how to do that, it'll go ahead and reprice it to that price. All right, now same thing, Amazon FBA, non-featured FBA. You don't need to do really anything down here unless you want to. You can set the maximum amount your price can decrease for one price change. So let's just say there's another seller that drops it $3, but you really want it, you know, maybe $2. So you can set your own percent, how far you want it to drop. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to next. All right, schedule. So I have this off, right? But I do turn it on once a week. Some people leave it on completely. Me, once a week is fine. But you can set a repeated schedule. And I'm going to show you the importance of it. So overall, for the most part, people are not buying on Amazon between like 2 and 4 a.m., right? Everyone's sleeping or partying or whatever. But no one's really on Amazon. So this is when we use this pause repricing. So basically, it's going to pause it at 2 a.m. Then it's going to raise your price up. You can set it to raise the price 10%, 5%, 15%, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter, right? So I'd say on average, 10% is pretty safe there. And then it's gonna automatically go ahead and enable the repricing again at 4 o'clock. All right, so now the reason for this is to increase profit. All right, and I've seen it work firsthand, okay? So I've had an item where I was priced at $21.99. All right, the other seller was actually the same price, $21.99. There was only 2 of us on it. And once it paused the repricing and added 10% to it, it went up to, I don't know the exact number, but let's just say it went up to $24, okay? Now, as long as the other seller has a repricer in place, it's going to go ahead and raise their price up as well to $22 or $24. So now you both are making an additional $2 profit. Okay, so very important to have. Again, you don't have to keep it running because every now and then there may be a glitch here or there where it doesn't actually reprice on time or something like that, right? So I just have it run once a week because either way I have virtual assistants that are looking through my items and actually repricing them as well. So very good to have. You can turn on all days if you want, or obviously if you just wanted to run it once a week, you can just select one day. All right, then you're gonna go over to next. And this just gives you the full overview. You're gonna click save and finish. And now you're done setting up your repricing rule. All right, so next step. So let's just say you added an item to Amazon. You just received it or the warehouse received it. And once it's in your Amazon account, now Bqool obviously syncs to your Amazon account. So any items that you have in there are also going to show up here. So if you go to listings, active listings, you'll be able to actually review your listings. So let's say, for example, here is one of your listings, okay? If you're getting it for $15.98, okay, now you can set a minimum and maximum price. All right, and I'm actually going to come over here and show you. Let's take actually this exact item. All right, so now I'm getting this for $15.98. Let's go over here, over here. All right, this item right here. Showing you exactly how to set your minimum and max and why you would set it at either or price. All right, so $15.98. Number one, you're looking for a bottom dollar and a top dollar, all right, that you want to sell it. So your max should basically be what has it been selling consistently at a higher price. Okay, so like right now, for example, let's see if we go all the way back. All right, I mean, we got higher prices up here. Let's see. All right, so I mean, even here, it was consistently selling, right? So you can put it at $38.99, and if it were $38.99, you'd be making about 68% ROI, $10.99 profit. And look, you can see that it actually is selling, okay? You can see the sales rank going up and down. It's fluctuating, right? Meaning sales are happening. So we can set our max at $38.99. Now we want to see what our minimum price is going to be. Let's go back. For min, you could basically go back 3 months and kind of just see where we're at. Now you got a real low price here of $26.99. I'm going to kind of disregard it because it didn't really last that long, maybe like a week to 2 weeks. And then it jumped right back up to 30. So we're consistently right now at about 30. So let's do maybe $29.99. And at that point, you know, this is really what I shoot for, right? 20% or more. All right. Some people obviously like to aim for 30%, perfectly fine, but you do want to be competitive, okay? You do want to be making sales on these and get in that buy box. So at this cost, or at this price, we are still making a $3.34 profit, so that would be our minimum. All right, so now once you have those, okay, now obviously mine are a little higher, so let me go ahead and see, kind of do a live example here. So all right, we got one seller. They only have one in stock, so I'm really not worried about them. These next two, okay, you got 6, you got 18. So if I was still priced up at $34.95, I'd be probably waiting a little bit. I mean, it does sell it roughly 100 times a month, but I do want to get these kind of in and out. I don't like to hold on to inventory for more than 60 to 90 days. So let's go ahead and drop this price down to $31.88 and see kind of where we're at there. $31.88. So I am more than happy with making 30%, $4.95 on a $16 product, okay? So we're going to go ahead and drop it to $31.88. And we're just going to leave our max where it is. So once you do that, you're going to go ahead and click save. All right, so all you got to do, you put in your cost, your minimum price that you're aiming for, your max price. The rule is always going to be the one you just created that you literally copied from what I did. Target the lowest FBA price. So like if you click on that, you'll see all the other ones, but there's the one we want. Your price that automatically uploads from Amazon, and then shipping, right? So when shipping's ever needs to be entered, for example, like this one, you're just going to put 0. All right. Or if you actually want to put, maybe it costs 20 cents a unit to ship into Amazon. You can obviously do that, but not really necessary since it is such a small amount. All right, so you got your repricing, you got your listings. Obviously, when it's green, the repricing is enabled and it is currently active. If it is red, it is not repricing it. So as you can see, I got some items here that I have to go through and actually add the min and max to, as well as the rule. And then I'll go ahead and mark these as enabled. So now it's tracking it and it's doing the magic. Alrighty. All right, so this is everything with Bqool. Let me see. So I don't have it right here, but I mean, it really is the cheapest repricer out there and really the most reliable, if you ask me, and if you ask anyone else that's been in online arbitrage and using this and doing the same, they'll let you know the same thing. I think initially, I don't know if the price went up since I started. I know when I first got into it, it was only like 25 bucks a month, and it will track up to 1,000 items. All right. So if you're doing OA and you have more than 1,000, that's amazing. But for the most part, people really won't have over 1,000 OA listings unless they've been in the game for maybe like 10 years. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But either way, yeah, up to 1,000, especially if you're brand new, I would jump on this and grab this. You don't necessarily need it if you only have 10 or 20 listings, because in that case, you can manually just go into your Amazon account and do it yourself, but definitely have this for when you need it. All right. Also a time saver, even if you have 20 listings or 50 listings, at least you're not going through that every other day, twice a week, so definitely good to have. So I'm going to actually post the link to it down in the description. All right. So make sure you use that link, as that helps me out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video if you got some good info here, and I'll see you on the next one.